Hey guys, welcome back to Cook Like Sasha. Today or tonight, we will be cooking some almond porridge with green bananas. This is my first time doing this recipe, but I've done this before with other nuts, so almond, I'm just going to give it the same treatment. So if you go back to about 2 videos down the line, I showed you guys how to make your own almond milk at home using almonds. And from that, we have the almond meal. So don't throw this away because it has a lot of great benefits and a lot of uses. And today I'm going to show you how to use your almond meal, leftovers from making your almond milk, how to turn that into almond porridge. But we're going to spice it up with some green bananas. All right, so to begin, I have my pot on the stove and I'm going to add a few cups of water. All right, so that's 1. 2 cups of water. 2.5 cups. All right, so I'm going to allow that to come to a boil. And while it does come up to a boil, hey Damien, hey, what's up? All right, so I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you guys what to do next. All right, so the almond meal, we're just going to put it into a container. And you'd be surprised just how much you get from 1 cup of almonds. Like, this is a lot. Oh, ensure that you guys are in the frame. All right. Hey, Shanzi. All right, good. All right, so to the almond meal, I'm going to add a cup of water. And I'm going to just give it a stir. Ensure that you don't have any lumps. So just stir, stir, stir until you don't have any lumps remaining. So as I said before, I've done this already with peanut. You know, when you're making peanut porridge, it's basically the same thing like making the almond porridge. The only difference is that I squeezed out the almond milk, or most of the almond milk, because the almond meal, it was very soft. It had a lot of the milk still remaining in it. All right, so I mix out all of that, and now it's smooth. Next, I'm going to show you guys, I'm just going to set this aside, and then we're going to talk about a few essential ingredients that you need whenever you're making porridge, at least in Jamaica. All right, so right here I have my orange peel. Actually, this can be just about any citrus except for, say, lemon or lime, or anything close to lemon or lime, because that is going to give you probably too strong of a flavor. But this is orange peel, and this is going to give you a nice aroma, and it's also going to give you a nice flavor in the porridge. I have some cinnamon leaf that I got from my grandma, and also cinnamon stick from the bark of the cinnamon tree. It smells so good, so divine. And of course, you cannot make porridge without nutmeg, because you need that flavor. Like, you can't have too much nutmeg in the porridge. So if you're watching, I want you to comment and tell me what are some of the essential ingredients that you use in your porridge to kick it up, to give it that spice. Maybe it's different based off your culture or where you're from, but where I'm from, these are the essentials. There's also one more ingredient that we normally use for flavoring. I'm going to just run and grab it and come show you guys. All right, so even though I'm not going to use it tonight, this is the nutmeg mace. So the mace of the nutmeg is actually, so this is the nutmeg or nutmeg. Where I'm from, in Jamaican patois, we say nutmeg. All right, so this is the shell, the outside of it's almost like the skin then of nutmeg, and then over it you have the nutmeg mace. This has a very strong flavor. It's like nutmeg on steroids, so you have to be very careful when using it. I'm not going to be using it tonight, but this is another flavoring or spice that you can add to your porridge. All right, so the water is now simmering. And to that, I'm just going to add my cinnamon leaf. And I'm going to add my orange peel and the cinnamon stick. And I'm going to cover the pot and just make that come back up to a boil until the place just smells nice. Then you know that you're ready for the next step. And this is not going to take long. In the meantime, you want to ensure that you stir the almond because it will kind of settle and form little lumps, and you don't want any lumps when you're ready to put it in the pot. So we're just going to give it a few minutes, bring it to a boil. Oh guys, did you know that orange peel and the citrus peel, it has flavonoids in them? Flavonoids are like chemicals that have a lot of antioxidant properties. So when it comes on to cell damage repair, orange peel, lime peel, lemon peel, those ingredients are very good for the body, very healthy. So when you get an orange, do not throw away the peel. Always save the peel. I guarantee you 90% of Jamaicans are, I'd say the average Jamaican household have some orange peel in the kitchen. I guarantee you, just walk into a Jamaican house, go in the kitchen, you must see some orange peel. And it's a reason why some of these customs have been passed on to us over the years, because of the different benefits, the different properties that these ingredients have. It also makes very nice tea. And we use it in our fruit cakes at Christmas. It has so many uses. All right, so it's boiling up rapidly and the water is now changing color. I'm just going to give it another minute or two so that all those flavors can be released. And then we're going to add our almond to the water. All right, so in the meantime, what we're gonna do, we're going to prepare our green bananas. So the green banana is going to give it body, and it's also going to give it flavor. And if you know, green bananas, they're very good for iron deficiency. So if you lack iron, green banana is what you should be eating. All right, so I'm just going to peel off the top and the bottom. And I'm going to add it to my bullet blender. Alright guys, so the water boil up. I think I'm at where I want to be right now. And then I'm just going to take my time, add the almond, and just give it a nice stir. Smells so nice, guys. So nice. And of course, we're going to leave the cinnamon and the orange peel and everything inside so that it can just keep bubbling up and releasing all of that flavor. Alright. Cover it, put it on medium heat, and then I'm going to continue with my banana. Welcome to the live, guys. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so I don't know what it was like for you, but for me, I don't even know if you share this story, but peeling green banana for me was such, I don't know, it was kind of like a course, you know, like when you go to college and you take a course. Peeling green bananas was like one of those courses that I had to take in the kitchen. And growing up with my mom, like, if you ever break the banana, you better be careful not to break the banana, because she don't want the banana to break. So you have to take your time and ensure that you get it off good in one piece like this, or else problems. Whole heap of trouble. But there are many ways to peel green banana. This is just one of the ways. Alright, so I'm just going to add that to my bullet blender. I recently got this blender, and right about now I'm just on a blending spree. I'm blending everything. It's so good. So good. Turn about my stove. Alright, so now that I have my banana in the blender, I'm going to add about a quarter cup of water. I don't want a lot of water because I want the banana to add as the thickening agent. I don't want to add any cornstarch or flour to it, so I'm adding this starchy green banana. You could add plantain as well, green plantain, but I'm just adding banana. Alright, let me give it another go so I can get out some of the clumps. So the almond milk is, not the almond milk, the almond is doing its thing. It smells so nice. Alright, so now I'm going to add the green banana. Oh, and guys, remember that this is my first time. So don't butcher me if it don't come out good. Oh, so the key is to just keep stirring, stirring, stirring so that you don't get any lumps. Hopefully, you don't get any lumps. I'm going to add a little bit of water to the blender so I can get out the rest of banana. And then I'm going to add it. And immediately it's getting body. It's not looking too thin. All right, looks good. No, Shanzi, I'm going to eat tonight. How do I reheat it on the stove? I don't own a microwave. I never have. Not saying I never will, but I just prefer the stove or the toaster oven. But to reheat it, I would just put it on the stove. Maybe put like 2 tablespoons of water because it's going to get thick once it's cold. And then just heat it up on low. Alright guys, so this is looking good. I might add another banana. I'm just going to watch it and see how it's doing. So flame is on high right now. And now it's just a matter of waiting. So we're going to give it like 5 minutes and then we're going to come back and check it. But of course, I'm not leaving you guys. Not going anywhere. I might just run go get another banana just in case I need it. Always stir once you add anything to the pot. Alright guys, so I'm just going to grab another banana and come back. Alright guys, so I am back with my banana. Well, bananas too. Butter boil up. Yes. I'm going to add 2 more bananas. when you're peeling the green banana, guys, the key is like getting your thumb under the skin and you just run it down. You don't have to use your fingernail, just use like the sides and just peel it just like that. It's so easy. So easy, but you have to practice. Alright, so a little bit of water. Okay, so now we can open it up. Alright. Wow. It's looking so good, guys. So good. Alright. I'm going to add my banana. Alright, so if you notice, I'm adding the banana just where the spoon is, so I can just like stir it into the porridge. That way you minimize the chances that you'll get any lumps. So just add it where you're stirring up. Just like that. Yes, and it'll get nice and thick. Just add small amounts of water, small amounts. Like me I get a lump. Oh, it's not a lump, it's just like a clump of banana whenever I blend out. Alright, so just stir, stir, stir. Yes, guys, look on the body. Alright, so I'm just going to allow that to boil up now. Give it about 5 minutes and then it's going to be time to move on to the next step. So right away, I'm going to wash out my blender because I don't want the banana stain to stick. All right. Whoa. Yes, guys, this look good. All right, so I'm going to add just a little touch of almond milk. This is the same almond milk that we made from the almonds. Just a little bit. This is going to help to make it creamy. So guys, the key to a lump-free porridge is stirring all the time. Stir constantly. Especially when you just add stuff to the hot water. You want to keep stirring so that you don't make it form any lumps. All right. So, no, I didn't add any salt as yet, Shan. No salt as yet. So guys, in the meantime, I just want to talk about this stove that I bought today. So I am always on the lookout for stoves that I can use to make my videos a little bit easier to do. And I found this one today. It was super cheap. It was for 2,600 plus tax Jamaican dollars. And it's a induction oven. Induction, I call it. Hot plate. That the coil thing, yeah, the metal coil. You just plug it in. So it's inside the wall right here, beside the NutriBullet. So I just plug it in and yeah, it heats up super fast. Super fast. I was so surprised. And it has, let me see, 3 settings. So it has high, hot and low, and then off, of course. And I guess I can just gauge it anyway in between and just look at the, yeah, I'm getting good heat from it. So my porridge just a bubble up and look good. The last time I made a cooking video with another stove, I didn't like the sizzle that I was getting. So I just went out and I got another stove today. Hopefully this will be my go-to. They have the 2-burner ones as well, but I chose the 1-burner because, yeah, easier to film with 1 burner. All right, so I like all my porridge look. And it's smelling so good. It's getting thick and nice. Yes. Nobody can tell me nothing, you know? Nobody can tell me nothing. Never ever discard your almond meal, because in addition to porridge, you can use it to bake. You can put it in bread. You can put it in smoothie. You can dry it and make almond flour. You can do so many things with it. And it's rich in fiber. So if you have digestion problems, you can use the almond meal to help you to digest your food, because it has a lot of fiber and it's rich in vitamins. All right, so I really love how that's looking. I think I'm going to move on to sweetening right now, little bit by little bit, not going to do everything all at once. So the first thing I'm going to do is just add some salt, because the salt is going to help to reduce the amount of sugar that you use. Did you know that salt balances sugar? Yeah, it actually does. My mom taught me this, by the way. She's like the porridge queen. She is like the porridge queen. She taught me everything that I know about porridge and sweetening porridge and all kind of thing like that. All right, so I'm just going to add the salt. Well, I added the salt already, but the salt is going to basically make you use less sugar. Sometimes you find that you're adding, I don't know, it's so strange, like you would add sugar to the porridge, but the porridge is still lacking something. The moment you add salt, it's game over. Like everything just come together and just start balancing out. So amazing. So always add a little bit of salt to anything sweet that you're doing. Always add salt to help to balance it out. All right, so let's talk about some of the flavorings that I'll be using. I'll be using some rose and almond. This thing right here, I don't know what they put in it, but it's like magic. It says water almond flavoring, rose water flavoring, caramel, and what? Caramel for flavoring porridges, ice cream, juice, and pastry, etc. Guys, this is so good. If you're in Jamaica, or I don't know if this is available in any other Caribbean country, but it's amazing. So good. And then, of course, you can't do porridge without Benjamin's vanilla. This is like the go-to brand of vanilla for Jamaicans. Apparently, the Benjamin's vanilla has the highest percentage of vanilla as opposed to other brands. So that's why it's so good, because it has, I think it's 90% or somewhere in the 90s percent of vanilla and just 10% alcohol. So it's very good. And of course, guys, the Betty milk, you can't do without the Betty milk. Betty sweetened condensed milk, that's like goat. All right, so to sweeten the porridge, always sweeten your porridge on low. I'm going to just turn on the fire, and I'm going to test the porridge for doneness, because you don't want to sweeten a raw porridge. You want to ensure that your porridge is cooked and everything in it is cooked. So one way you can check, you can just rub your finger on the spoon and like rub it like that. If it feels nice and smooth, then you know that the porridge is basically done. Like the banana is cooked. If you are cooking another porridge, like say cornmeal, once you feel it and the grains are not rough, then the cornmeal is done. Again, another tip that I learned from my mom. And of course, you can taste it. If you taste it and it's nice and smooth and it's not grainy, it not scratch your throat, you know, say it's good. All right, so I'm going to sweeten my porridge now, and I'm going to start out with the Betty sweetened condensed milk. And of course, this part is really just based on your preference. You don't have to use the amounts that I'm using. You don't have to use condensed milk if you don't want condensed milk. You don't have to sweeten it, period. You can just finish it right here. But for me, I love when my porridge is not too sweet, just slightly sweet. All right, so I'm going to mix in my Betty milk. And then I'm going to add sugar. Like for me, I don't like to sweeten porridge just with condensed milk, because I find that you use too much condensed milk, and the condensed milk is going to thin out the porridge. And you're going to end up using, if you want to just use condensed milk to sweeten your porridge, you're going to use like maybe more than one tin, and I think that's too much for me. So this is 3 tablespoons of sugar. I'm just going to add it a little bit at a time and taste as I go along. And of course, don't stop stirring. Just keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring. You see how nice and smooth that is, guys? No lumps. No lumps. I realize that a lot of people, especially kids, they don't like porridge because it's too lumpy. All you have to do is just stir, 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 and you won't have any lumps. right, let me taste it now, see if it need any, see if it need anything. Yeah, just put a little bit in your hand like this. I think it need more sugar. So I'm going to use my 3 tablespoons of sugar. Add a little bit more condensed milk. And then to finish it off, I'm going to use a little bit of the rose and almond. It's so strong, so you don't want to use a lot. I'm using like maybe half a teaspoon. And I'm going to use a cap full of the Benjamin's vanilla. I just love to see everything being mixed in. Yay! Alright, so I'm soon finished now. Let me see. I've been recording for 36 minutes. Yeah. So this is nice and quick and easy. And of course, if I wasn't filming, I would be done. I really would be done. Alright, so one final taste. Or not. Yeah, that tastes so good. So good. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is just top it off with some nutmeg. So you just use the secret grater thingy. And then add it on top. Hope I'm not blocking. Then I'm just going to stir. Yes, I like to see the nutmeg inside the porridge. So good. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit more salt. A bit more, Betty. Alright. Then I'm going to just turn up at the fire and let everything just get one more bubble, and that's it for my porridge, guys. It was that simple, that easy, that quick. See? Just like that, you can have porridge in the morning. Nice little bubble. All right, so for me, I'm a water crackers girl. You don't know, say this is like the best. So I like to have my porridge with crackers. Sometimes, depending on the porridge, I might have white bread. but crackers is always like my number one. My number one. Excelsior water crackers, of course. Yes. Just like that. Alright, so this is my porridge, guys. Look at that. My porridge is done. Just like that. And it took me only 40 minutes to do. And now I'm going to just share it out in my bowl. You know what? Let me get you guys a better visual. All right, so that's, you know, it's not hot, but I don't want to run any unnecessary risk. So I'm just going to push this out of the way. Put this right here. All right, guys, so now it's time for porridge. Sorry guys if I'm not responding to the chats because I really can't see the chat right now. But thank you guys for watching. So this porridge is very nutritious. It's rich in iron from the green bananas. It's rich in fiber. It's nourishing to the body, it's strengthening to the body, and it's like the perfect breakfast or dinner. Because trust me, after you have this porridge, you're just gonna want to just go to bed. Especially if you're in the cold and you're chilly, yeah, just have some porridge and you'll be fine. All right, I can turn off my stove now. Push it to the side. All right, guys, so this is my almond porridge. So delicious. It smells so good. And of course, I'm going to have it with my Excelsior water crackers. And I'm going to top it off with even more fresh nutmeg. Alright guys, so that's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, let me just show you guys. Not too runny. Not too thick. You can scoop it up, you can drink it. It's very hot right now. Very, very hot. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you try it out. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!